So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are staying safe. I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather's interview that he did, where he said Terence Crawford's the best fighter in the world. Over the last couple of days, I've seen a lot of comments about Terence Crawford and people saying, having a dig at Terence Crawford. And I feel, listen, I think Terence Crawford gets a load of unnecessary hate. I don't know why there's so many guys that want to see him get knocked out against Kell Brook. Almost kind of like wishing it into existence. Kell Brook's a massive underdog and he's a massive underdog for a reason. And I just feel like there's so many haters out there that just want to see Terence Crawford lose. Like, why would you want to wish bad on somebody? Like, why would you want to wish why do you wish Terence Crawford loses? What hate have you got against the guy? I'm a boxing fan, and the way I look at it, if Kell Brook beats him, fair play. You applaud him. But if Terence Crawford wins, right, I just feel like he's going to get disrespected again. 6 months down the road, they're going to say, well, who has Terence Crawford beat? It's just sad, really. It's just sad that the boxing fans, to me, the vast majority of boxing fans haven't seemed to connect with Terence Crawford. I think there's a lot more, here's what I think the issue is. I don't think Terence Crawford's a huge name. I don't think Terence Crawford's, I think he's a great fighter and one of the best out there, but I don't think he's a huge name, to be honest. And I don't think he has a following like some of the other fighters. And I just think there's fanboys of other fighters, maybe of Errol Spence, maybe of other fighters as well, that are just always trying to dig Crawford out, always trying to have a go at Crawford, trying to diminish his achievements. Let's not forget, there's no welterweight today that has achieved what Terence Crawford's achieved. I get people in my comment section that are continuing to just disrespect Terence Crawford, and you just think to yourself, come on, man. So, and some of you are talking nonsense as well in the comment section, talking absolute bollocks. I don't even like swearing in my videos, but it's talking absolute nonsense. The man's a 3-weight world champion. He's an undisputed 140-pound champion. You don't achieve that if you're crap, right? The guy that he's going to fight, Kell Brook, was an IBF welterweight champion. That's all he's achieved in his boxing career. He didn't even do anything as an amateur, right? For you guys to think that Kell Brook's just going to go in there and just beat Terence Crawford, what that tells me is that you either are a massive hater of Terence Crawford, which some of the fans are, and I'm not talking about everyone, but I see some of the comments that I want to see this hype job get exposed. Like, that's a nonsense comment. I'm sorry, because at the end of the day, why are you trying to wish something into existence? If Terence Crawford gets beat, he gets beat. Put your hand up and applaud Kell Brook. But why do you want to see Terence Crawford get beat rather than letting him go in and proving himself? And let's see how the fight unplays. But I just think the disrespect to Crawford is unfair, to be honest. And I've seen it for a couple of months now. Where, listen, I think his resume is not the greatest. I don't think his resume is the greatest. I don't think it's no fault of his own. He's gone through everybody in his division. It's not like he's tried to duck anyone. You can't say Terence Crawford's ducking anyone, really. So I feel for Crawford. People on my channel have just continuously tried to have a dig at Crawford. Crawford will fight everybody eventually, and we'll find out how good he is. But when I see a lot of Errol Spence fans having a dig at Terence Crawford Crawford's achieved more than Errol Spence. Let's look at Errol Spence's resume, right? Errol Spence fought Kell Brook, who had already been battered by Golovkin, had his eye socket smashed in. Then he fought Kell Brook, who was, like I said, drained at the weight, and he already had a broken eye socket. And then after that, he beat Kell Brook. Fair enough, that was a good win for Errol Spence. He went to the guy's backyard and beat him. Fair, I give him credit for that. But then he fought Lamont Peterson, who was totally washed up at that point. Then he fought Mikey Garcia, who was a lightweight, who was way smaller than Spence. Then he fought Sean Porter and had a life and death with Sean Porter. Many people believing that Errol Spence got beat or it was a draw in that fight. right? I've got some fans that are Pacquiao fans on my channel that are saying, well, oh, Crawford's not. It's like they're almost afraid that Crawford might go past Manny, or he's being considered in the same league as Manny Pacquiao. Like, why are you so, like, Crawford's not Manny Pacquiao. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not in that league yet. You know, no one's saying that. I've never said that. I've always said that, you know, Crawford's and all these young guys today are nowhere near Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. So there's no reason to feel insecure. You know, oh, he's a hype job. He's gonna get exposed. Like, let the man's career unfold. We don't know what's gonna happen. So far, he's done brilliant. But I just feel like you need to stop hating on the guy. There's too many in the comment section. I don't know why Crawford attracts so much hate, if I'm honest with you. I don't know why he attracts so much hate, to be honest with you. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think the man deserves credit. He deserves respect. 3-weight world champion. You know what I mean? And you can say, oh, he's not fought anybody, he's this, that. But the fact is that he doesn't get... his resume is trashed. He gets trashed. I just think it's not right. And I think Crawford will fight everybody. I don't think Crawford's the kind of guy where he's going to duck and dodge people. You know, he's not going to duck and dodge people. He wants to fight everybody. If anyone's getting avoided, it's him. It's him. So at the end of the day, I feel for Crawford. You know, I think one thing I will say about Crawford, he's not the most exciting guy in the world. He's not the most flamboyant guy, or he hasn't got a great person. Like he's not somebody that, you know, he's not an exciting fighter in or outside the ring. He's not somebody's life that you follow, you know. And listen, each to their own. If he wants to be humble, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just that I don't think people connect to him like they connect to some other fighters. You know? I don't think he's got a huge fan base. And I think he's got a lot of haters. I think he's got a lot more haters than he's got a fan base. So that's what it appears to be on what I see on social media. Just so many people hating on him. He does have fans. He does have people supporting him and backing him, and which is good to see. But he gets disrespected a lot. And I feel for him because he's a quality fighter. I think if you know boxing, you know he's a quality fighter. But I just think the disrespect towards Crawford is, you know, he just doesn't get the credit. And I don't think he's going to get the credit by beating Kell Brook either. People are just going to say Kell Brook was washed and this, that, you know, and a lot at the minute everybody's saying, well, you know, you same people that are saying Crawford gets beat by Kell Brook, you know who you are, and I know who you are, right? If Crawford wins this fight, I want to see what energy and what your comments are after the fight. Because I know what's going to be said after the fight. I know. I've seen this many times before. I've seen this chapter and story many times before. So I know what's going to happen after the fight. I know what the boxing public are going to say after the fight. Because on my channel, there's a lot of people saying Kell Brook beats him, this, that, this, that. You know, that's probably down to the fact that there's a lot of Crawford haters that want to see him lose. But most importantly, I think the majority of the boxing public feel that Crawford's going to smash Kell Brook. And I'm talking even the British fans. If you go on the British forums and British Sky Sports and see the comment section, even those guys think that Kell Brook's going to get beat. Right? So I just feel like, why is there so much hate for Crawford? I don't quite understand it. Yes, I get the guy's not the most exciting. He's not got the greatest personality, but I just think he's not really a type of guy that you would want to hate on either. And he gets a shed load of hate. I don't know, maybe because that's the guys that he's in competition with are a lot more popular than him, so it's all of his fans that are giving him hate and stick. It doesn't kind of, I don't kind of get it, because like I said, he's not the type of guy that you really want to hate on. You know, he's not the type of guy that, you know, like Broner, for example. You can understand why people may want to hate on Broner. But Crawford, for example, he's not the type of guy that you really want to hate on. He gets the job done. You know, not the most exciting guy, like I said, in or outside the ring, but he gets in there, gets the job done. And, you know, he gets it done in emphatic fashion most of the time. So I just think the criticism Crawford gets unjust. I don't think he deserves that kind of criticism. He's not like he's an arrogant or a trash talker or a bad dude. He's a good dude, man, and I think he deserves some credit. And it's about times that a lot of fans on social media start becoming boxing fans rather than just being fans of a particular fighter, and by being a fan of a particular fighter, trying to diminish other fighters. And that goes for Crawford fans as well. Like, they diminish other fighters, and, at the end of the day, just appreciate all the fighters because they're not going to be there long. They're going to be gone. They're going to be gone. And then, all we're doing is just, having a dig at them, diminishing them, but at the end of the day, they're all not going to be there that long. Manny Pacquiao's going to come to an end in 1 or 2 years. Crawford may come into an end 5 or 6 years. We're not going to see these fighters then. Career goes by, and the career goes by very quick. So appreciate the fighters. Crawford's a quality fighter. I think he deserves more respect. In terms of Floyd Mayweather saying he's the best fighter in the world, I don't agree with that. I think Canelo's the best fighter in the world, but that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean I'm right. That's just my opinion. I just think Canelo's resume, and people say Canelo failed a drug test. Yes, I get that. But a lot of people say, when Khabib has been voted pound for pound in the UFC, John Jones, people say, no, John Jones is the best. But he's failed several drug tests. So, if the authorities have let you fight, and they think that it's acceptable for you to fight, who are we to say that, if the authorities haven't banned Canelo and he's still fighting, I can only go off that. I can't go off the fact that he's cheated or he's taken a drug test because the authorities are letting him fight. So I have to rank him according to the fact that he's an active fighter today. And for me, his resume, what he's done in boxing, I think is superior to Crawford. That's just my opinion. But that doesn't mean that I don't think Crawford's a great fighter. Some Crawford fans were calling me haters because I think he's number 2 pound for pound behind Canelo. That's not hating. Canelo, for me, is the best fighter in the world. That's not hating to say someone's number 2. There's many great fighters in the world, and I'm saying the guy's number 2. I don't think he's the best pound for pound. I think Canelo is. I think if Crawford beats Spence, then yeah, he deserves to be number 1. But I think Canelo's resume up until now is better. So that's my opinion. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.